listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to Upptalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say Upptalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
But PSM also is one of the important components in the CyberArk. You should aware how this will work, what is the importance of PSM, and you should know, and then after you may get many questions from the PSM only in the interview. Many questions. Be prepared for that, and you should learn all the complete PSM. If you are good on the PSM and PVV and CPM and World, these 4 components, you can run the show. Easily, you can run the show. Happily, you can onboard the account, you can connect the target user, and you can do the recordings, and you can able to view that what is going on, how it is isolating, how it is monitoring the recordings, and everything you can able to see. Remaining components is completely different. But these 4 components, if you are good, you are 100% good on the administration part and installation part. Other things might be will work on different teams. Sometimes PTA will work different team, and sometimes monitoring team will work on only reporting generation. Sometimes backup team will work. There are some other departments also there in the CyberArk. They will work. But core, the CyberArk process, which we are working on, these components, these 4. If you are well aware on these 4 components, and apart from these, one more also there, DR. That is the backup at first sight. How to any for tolerant. Any something happen in an unexpected something. What will happen? That DR also is an important, but compared to others, these 4 is most important. And you should aware, and you may get many questions in the interview about the PSM. What exactly PSM is do, and what is the purpose of we are using the PSM? PSM is a component, one of the main component. This is the privatization manager. He will connect through RDP. But whatever the session which we are connecting through RDP, it will record on everything. It will record in monitoring. It will be audio recording, video recording and monitoring that any suspicious activity is field. It will. Those logs will forward to the PTA. PTA will suspend those things. That in the PTA theoretical discussion, I will tell you how PTA will works. But this section will always. There are 2 things isolate monitoring and control. We call it as ICM. There are 3 main benefits: isolation, monitoring, and recording. These are the 3 important and main benefits of the PSM. Privileged session management provides 3 main benefits. One is isolation, how it will separate endpoints from the critical target system to prevent lateral movement. And it will isolate each and every section. If you connect 2, 3 sections at a time, it will isolate. One shadow user is automatically created, and that shadow user will isolate the sections. Isolation the sections. And next step would be the monitoring. Monitoring means each and every section. It will be monitoring and it will be a recording. If you want to see after some time what was happened on that day, you can able to see in that RDP connection. Simple. You can open that recording and you can see this. For example, Om was working on that. Om was connected to the target end user, particular user. He can able to open and he can able to track that. In our interview, what is the PSM? You can say these 3 steps. It is the main component. It is one of the main component, and we can say this is simply, we can say ICM, isolate monitoring and controlling and recording also. You can mention that. He will feel happy. ICM is the shortcut form that I am using. I don't know outside people will use or not the shortcut form. Whenever you are using PSM, they will ask, you can say ICM. You can explain that. I means what, C means what, M means what. When we talk about the PSM, the Privileged Session Manager, we are usually referring to the PSM installed on Windows Server. Basically, it will install on Windows Server, and you may think of this universal PSM because of you can connect through it practically from any device to any device. See this diagram. I will explain it. In the CyberArk without PSM, it will not allow and it will not encourage to connect directly. Direct RDP connection. If you connect direct RDP connections, what is the security control measurement here? There is no security measurement control because there is no section monitoring. There is no recording, no one is monitoring here. In that PSM is the component that is installed through once you connect through the RDP. PSM is the person. The Privileged Session Manager is the person taking care of all these recordings. That means we come to know what is going on. If you are not installing the PSM direct RDP connection to connect to the RDP, there is no security control measurement here. That is the reason direct RDP connection. Here is the red mark. It is not encouraging the CyberArk. Whenever you are connecting through PVOA, you can connect through PSM. You can connect your RDP session through PSM. Got it. And the privileged session, I am going to next one. Whenever you are connecting the target mission, here you can see, if you connect the target mission, it will be stating that you are being recorded. You will get this message. The Privileged Session Manager is recording your SESM and everything. Here is the connect button. Is there right? After 3 dots, right side is the connect button is there. If you click on the connect button, it will connect the target user. Once you connect the target user, the message pop-up will come here like this. You are being recorded. PSM enables organization to secure. I am explaining the theory also here, but in the diagram it will show like that. You can always connect to the connect button. For this, the button should be activated. We need to give the permissions as safe level or account level, whatever you like. We can give that safe level better always. We can give the safe level and the safe level permissions. It will connect. It will activate the button, the user account. If you should give the user account button permission, it will activate the connect button. That we can connect it. In the master policy also, you can give the master policy active. A privileged session manager, you should be inactive. You have to update in the master policy also. That I already told you right earlier in the first class. First or second class, I think. While discussing about master policy, I informed you on that. PSM enables organization to secure control and monitor the privileged access to the network devices. It is always monitoring. And it creates a detailed session, audits and video recording of all IT administrator privileges and session on remote machines. And session on target systems are fully isolated and privileged. Once you open the RDP session, once you close that, what will happen? It will move to those recordings to the safe. Safe will store into the vault. For that in future purpose, we can use those recordings. For audit purpose, we will generate the reports and we will check whatever is going on and everything. Sessions on the target systems are fully isolated and the privileged account credentials are never exposed to the end user. Just click on connect button. It will connect. We are not giving any credentials to end user or client applications and devices. If possible, don't take print. If possible, you can take diagram. Print the diagram. Print means don't take print. You can write down in notebook. Why I am asking you to write down the notebook? When 100% of the interviews will ask this question, what is the PSN flow? And I will explain you once you write down in notebook. Once you write down, you can always remind. You can always keep memorizing. This is the diagram. First, what happened? Whenever the user will log in into the PVA, then PA from PVA onwards it will connect through RDP. Then once you click on connect button, it will start here. These are the PSN. You can connect through PSN and Vault. This, what will happen in third point? Fetch the credentials from the Vault. If you click on connect button right. How it will connect? In the back end, it will automatically get the credentials. Once you install the PSN, there will be 4 default users. I will explain you while doing the installation time. About the 4 default users. PSNapp user and gateway user, PSN connect user, PSAdmin connect user. These are the 4 default users. I will give you complete details about those 4 users. But here first they will fix the credentials from the vault to connect the target users. How it will connect? We need to get some credentials right, where we can get the credentials. We will get from the vault. Once fetch the credentials and it will connect to the native protocols. Third point is the fetching the credentials from the vault. You can see this is the arrow. Fetching the credentials from the vault and it will connect to the vault. And the fourth point you can see this is the one. Connecting to the target the negative protocols. We can say it as a target users, end users, whatever you call. Usually you can say as a native protocols. You can connect that. And the fifth point, store session recordings. That means whenever you are connecting the target user, it will record. Once you close that section, that recording will move to the vault. Once you close that recordings will move to the PSN, will move to the vault. In the vault, basically it will move to the safe. Safe will store into the vault. That is the process. In the vault, after that, what will happen? Any logs identified anything relevant, they feel this session was relevant, suspicious, whatever they feel. Any logs is identified that will move to the PTA to find the resolution of the logs. Or sometimes you are connecting to target user. You are not giving any ticket number. You are not giving any proper reason. That time also, they feel this guy is not giving any response because why he is connected we don't know. That time also, That report will go to the PTA. Anyway, PTA team and auditing team will check each and every recording, each and every monitoring. There is a live monitoring also there in the PSN. It will move to whatever the logs you are identified. That will move to the same tool on PTA. Or understand? Yes. If you understand this flow, entire PSN will be here only. The PSN will work. It comes to know now how it will PSN will work, how it will connect to the target user. Once you close the target user server target user, the recordings will move to the vault recordings in the multi-vault. After that, any identification of logs, it will forward to the PTA. Always remain, these 6 steps is most important. You understand, right? This flow whenever the interviewer will ask for you. It is very important, it is required also. Whenever the interviewer will ask what is the flow of PSN, you can say, this is the what. The user will log in to the PVA. Then it will connect to PSN using the RDP and T-cell and fetch the credentials from the vault. Once you get the credentials from the vault, you need to connect by clicking on the connect button using the navigate protocols. Then store session recording logs forward to the SEMA and PTA. These steps we need to explain to the interviewer. Once we want the connect button should be active, enable the PSN in the master policy for all the platforms for the specific platform by using exceptions. We can create exceptions that you might have it that we discussed in the earlier also. There are 2 things, one VR session under the session management. We need to activate these. And at the same time, we need to give the permissions at shape level for the use accounts to activate the connect button. The next one is enable PSM platform level. In the platform level also, we need to enable that. By default, platforms are associated with the first installed PSN server. Whatever it is, we need to set up it as PSN server and update this one PSN server ID name. Once we install that, it will automatically update in the PSN server. PSN connection components. Here, I want to tell you one more thing. This is the development task. The connection components and connectors you should aware. By default, few connections, few components, few connectors is default, is there. If required more also, you can get it from the marketplace. If still you want to create, you can create at your organization level also. These things will be taken care by the architecture. Connection components, these are the development tasks. The connection components and connectors are by default. Here, the connection components define the configuration settings for using the given third-party client to connect to the target platform. There are some specifications. For example, take one example anything. I will say take Windows Server. Windows Server by default, Windows Linux Database, SQL, these will get direct connectors. There is no issue on that. But if you don't have any direct connection, any direct configuration between Windows and this, for that we need to create one connector. We have to create one connector and we will set it up at platform level. Whenever we are onboarding those accounts under that platform, it will automatically apply those policies. A few common ones here. These are the default ones. But there are many connection components available out of the box. We can get it from the additional connection components you can find in the marketplace. You can download it. Here you can see this highlighted one red mark. Connection components. These are the default ones. If you have anything new you want to apply here, you can create here and we can apply here and we need to set up here. First thing, whenever you are creating one PSM connector, we need to set it up at platform level. That whenever you are creating the platform and we are onboarding the accounts under that platform, it will apply for all those accounts. Don't worry. You don't worry now because this will be taken care by the high level. This is the development task. I think the first section, I think someone joined from your team, from techniques, I think from can also build and add custom connection components to the PSM solution. That's what I mentioned, right? Organizations, if required, they can create their own custom connection components to the PSM solution. They can create it and by default connections is there. We can configure that. But default, no need to configure because anyway it is available. But whenever you are creating the custom components, we need to add here, we need to add, and we need to set some configurations here, and it will work for the particular platform. To enable the use of the particular third-party client to connect to give an account the appropriate connection component. For example, in this here, they are already added, right? PSM, PSMP, PSMPS, PSH. And these are SFTP is a customizer. Let's say example of SFTP is a customizer connector. Here they added, and they have to give this PSM connection default. PSM connection component, we need to enable that, and the appropriate connection component needs to be assigned to the platform that manages that account. Because we need to add here. Once you add the platform level, then it will be applicable for all the accounts, whichever we are onboarding those accounts to under that platform. And the next step would be the importing and managing connectors. We want to import from the marketplace. You can import. You can simply import the connectors and we can assign here. You can see here the managing the PSM connector. You can see here the connector space, drag and drop the browse and click here. These are the default connectors. TP, PSSMP. These are, you can import, there is no resistance on that. The Universal Connector Framework facilities the creation of custom connection component uses. These are the steps which we need to follow. Basically, if you want to create any custom component, we need to follow the some steps that it will cover in the development task. As of now, you are good on that. You should be aware how to. If you want any new connector, you can get it from the marketplace. Or the organization can create their own custom component connector. You can create it. Whenever you are creating, you should get this basic information. Whenever you are creating the connection component, you should now add in the platform level. Got PSM ADAPT session. This is not that much important, but above one is important. PSM ADAPT connection also its option is available. ADAPT means it's a personal account. Here there is an option ADPT connection. You can click on this. Here you can connect that. It will also recording for the personal accounts. ADAPT means personal connecting with personal account, connecting with accounts which is non-onboarded into the cyber. It will also help and it will also working for that. ADAPT connections also PSM and also will give all the benefits, provide all the benefits of the PSM isolation, monitoring, and recording. To enable the ADAPT connections here, whenever you want to enable ADAP connections, we need to enable the PSM Secure Connect. The platform level target platform accounts. And the platform management, we need to enable this active. Always, it should be an active. If it is not an enabled, it will not connect. Privilege session monitoring isolation must be enabled. This is the important one. We need to enable a platform level. How to add that? How to add a detect connection here? This is simple. These are the default one which we will get. We need to give this address and root. Root means username. Whatever you want, you can give the username and password and click connect. HTML gateway. For the HTML gateway. Now it is connecting to RDP. Some people, they don't want to connect through RDP. They want to connect through the gateway. HTML gateway. HTML gateway also we can connect. Many organizations simply block RDP client connections from the end user's machines for security reasons. Whatever the reasons, their policy, we don't know, but they are going to block. That cases they are using for the HTML5 gateway. RDP is only Microsoft protocol. Everyone is aware. In order to use it in Linux, Mac and environment, users must install the third-party client in order to connect to the PSM. HTML gateway tunnel sessions between the end users and PSM, the proxy machine. PSM will work as proxy machine using the secure WebSocket protocol 4434 number HTTP export. This will eliminate the need to open the RDP connections. We can connect directly through HTML gateway. However, you can see the HTML5 gateway flow. Here we can see it will connect through the WebSocket. Connect through WebSocket and HTML gateway. Then after we connect, it will install WebSocket and HTML will take care of how to connect the sessions. They don't want to install, they don't want to use the RDP directly. It will connect through WebSocket to the HTML gateway. HTML gateway will connect through RDP and PSM will connect to the target users. Here, what we'll add here extra feature. There are the WebSocket and HTML5 gateway. For the enable this HTML gateway user, we need to enable S. At the platform level configuration, we need to enable S. Whenever you guys are having some time, open the PV and check that. What are the fields is available under the platform management and what are the configurations? What are the options is available? Because see your listening class and you may forget. But if you open the PV and you can check internally, then you will not forget. Whenever you want to use that HTML5 based RDP file connections, we need to give here the remote connection details. We need to enable here. Just click on this option, it will enable it. PSM for the Windows. I think no need to discuss, no need to have any discussion. We can directly connect. Whenever the RDP connection, you can directly connect. Or in the website also, we can directly connect. Or you can download the RDP session. On that RDP session, by using the credentials, you can connect it. For that, we are just giving you some RDP client settings. Just PSM ID IP because someone they don't want to connect. They don't want to go to the PV and connect it, and they can directly connect through their desktop for the RDP. For that, we can give this PSM ID and vault user. Then vault user means the credentials, which we need to give here the privileged record name and address and connection component. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.